What will the NIO share price be by the end of December? Are we about to recover back to those $50+ levels, or are we still far from there? Today, NIO is following up on its gains from yesterday, and we are up another 3% to above $46 a share. This begs the question, where will the stock be by the end of this year? And also, what recent developments have we seen? So stay tuned and let's get right into it. So first of all, looking at the stock chart, I already talked about how the $43 mark is looking like a strong support level, and this continued rally strengthens that even further. But looking at the resistance levels to understand where NIO might be able to rally, I think we are very close to it. If we can get past that $47 level, I think NIO can really start recovering. Now keep in mind that we are already at amazing levels, and most of us NIO investors are probably in the green right now, making money. So it's important not to get used to constant crazy gains when investing, or you will be disappointed the moment something starts dropping. Just less than a year ago, NIO was on the brink of bankruptcy, and they have had a crazy journey up until this point. And while other EV companies such as Tesla, XPeng and Li Auto are all raising money by issuing shares right now, it still seems like the money NIO got from the Chinese government many months ago was enough for them to turn around and start thriving. So we will see if NIO actually does try to raise money by issuing shares, and it will be interesting to see the reaction of the investors if this does happen. Usually it is a quite negative one, since it usually means that the company has liquidity issues. It also leads to share dilution, meaning that the shares of the current investors will lead to a smaller ownership in the company. This is simply because the more shares there are, the less each share will be worth. William Li Bin, the founder of NIO, said during Q3 earnings call that NIO currently has no plans to raise additional funding in the short term to support NIO's growth. So I don't think this will happen, but even if they follow the same path as Tesla, XPeng and Li Auto by issuing shares to accelerate their growth further, I won't have any problem with it, as long as they're not doing it out of desperation. I really think NIO will grow for real as they start to scale up. The company is addressing the issue of an EV battery in a unique and profitable way through its battery as a service program, and prior to the NIO stock's recent dip, the stock was surging on news that the company had delivered more vehicles in the third quarter than expected. This is all good news, of course, but to truly change the fundamentals of this company and see NIO going beyond the $100 levels, in my opinion, the scaling part is what is missing. But I definitely think we will be able to get there. Also, being very much influenced by the Chinese government, I think will also help NIO and increase their chances of getting funding for this scaling process if it will be needed. I think this is obviously great for the company. So before getting into the December prediction, let's talk about the short interest for NIO right now. That's basically the total number of short positions of a security, meaning how many people that have borrowed NIO stock and sold it without actually owning it. This leads to the share price artificially getting pushed down, and also makes it so that the short seller can make money if NIO goes down even more. So why is this interesting right now? Well, the short volume ratio for NIO has been steadily going up over these past 6 months, and just a couple days ago 40% of all NIO shares traded were short shares. Those record levels give us NIO bulls the potential for a huge short squeeze, where the NIO share price goes up so much despite the short selling that the short sellers are forced to cut their losses by buying actual NIO shares. This leads to NIO's share price going up even more, and in turn even more short sellers being forced to buy actual NIO shares, which drives the price up even further. In the short term, I think this is what can really lead to another rally in NIO. I'm sure you have all noticed that this is usually how NIO stock moves day to day, very sharp spikes or declines, and that can be partly explained by the amount of short selling going on in the stock. As a tangent though, I think there are so many other good stocks to short in the market right now, and I just don't understand why people want to go into NIO so much. At this point, NIO short sellers have probably lost around $3 billion on trying to bet against this company, which is an insane amount of money by the way. Let's see just how much more money will be lost before the short sellers understand that momentum is a real thing and that NIO actually has quite good fundamentals. As a very broad rule, stocks that have gone up a lot tend to keep going up, and vice versa. But it seems very natural in our minds that the opposite is true. The Tesla shorts have had an even tougher time trying to bet against this rule of momentum. According to an analysis by S3 Partners, short investors have lost $35 billion on trying to short Tesla, which is more than what the entire US airline industry has lost over the first 9 months of 2020. So let's see if NIO short sellers will learn something from this or not. So lastly, let's get into what I think the share price of NIO could end at in 2020. As the China delisting legislation has been passed, it seems like the fear and uncertainty for the Chinese EV stocks is a lot less than before. There are no longer any special announcements coming out except for possibly the December deliveries, and NIO Day, which will be very exciting by the way, will be on the 9th of January. So just from a momentum perspective, it seems like there is nothing stopping NIO from recovering its losses and maybe possibly even hitting new all-time highs by the end of this year. So if I had to guess, I would say something around $55 would seem reasonable. Regardless, it is very difficult to predict such short-term movements, but no matter what, I will keep doing my regular strategy of buying a couple shares a week, and as I believe in the fundamentals of NIO, I will be feeling confident in my decision even if the stock goes down even more for some reason. And with that, I want to conclude today's video. My name is Sam, by the way, and welcome to the channel. If you find this video valuable, if you get anything out of it, I would appreciate it so much if you press that like button. It helps the algorithm, helps this video reach out to more people, and is simply the best way you can support me, if you want to do so. Also, if you have watched all the way to this point, and if you enjoyed the content, of course, very important, why not subscribe to the channel? Something like 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel right now, so it would be just awesome if you wanted to do so and join us in the challenge to hit 10,000 investors in this community by the end of this year. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.